Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Vine Panther Presents. Today, we are together to discuss Your Honor. Now, actually, he's called Mike now. He's just called Mike. With season 2, episode 9, the shenanigans Mike is getting into, going undercover with fellow grandpa, some silly shit. Anyway, let's do it. Let's do it. I saw Stacy's face. Let's go with Stacy. Why did you make that face? How you feeling?
The show is ridiculous. I guess
There's
the
no
little
rocket
and
boosters?
big Mo's are a happy family again. All of a sudden, just conveniently, and Big Mo can't find love because it's making her soft. Did she not watch Power? You saw what happened to Ghost when he got with Angie. He fell off. The business just was shit.
I saw Mamie in that scene. That's what I saw. He was like, I can't be with you because you in the game. I gotta go. He was like, nah, baby, I can do right, but I'm not gonna do right. So
I'm not.
So, Anyway, how do you think you got this fucking bar? Shut the hell up. Anyway. What else you got?
I just don't understand where this is going. Don't make no sense.
The Baxters ain't gonna pay. That's what this is going.
You're not gonna pay.
Somehow Eugene's gonna walk away scot-free. You know what I'm saying? That's happening. I was like, what?
Where's he gonna go?
What's up?
Where's he gonna go? To live with the Mo's?
He should go live with Mike. I know we talked about that last. I want him to. I want Mike to adopt him, to be like, I realize that my son is the reason why your whole family is gone. But you know what? You can be the son I always wanted, and I can give you the college fund, and then I can.
That could actually be a pretty okay storyline. I mean, it could.
So they're gonna go jogging together. Why Mike don't jog no more?
Exactly.
His heart is not in it anymore.
Yeah. We talked about this. It's because of his son dying, and now he's just not.
He's a grandpa now. He cut his hair.
He was jogging when his wife was dead. Now all of a sudden his son is dead.
Yeah, he lost everything now. Well, unless you just want to say grandpa.
He got a baby, a grandbaby.
Yeah, that he never
knew. Like, be black adopted.
That he turned around. He turns back on his grandson at first. So it's like,
but now
but now he got the baby pictures in his phone.
Yeah.
Everything.
Your burner phone that you're using to talk to the fucking feds to put your fellow grandfather in jail. Like that's the phone you're using for your baby photos. Like what? Like that doesn't make sense.
Damn. I thought he was like swipe too far and see a dick pic. You know, have you ever like been in somebody's phone? And like, you're like, oh, this
I'll
is
take
cute.
That phone
and
back.
You go too far and you're like, oh,
my fault. Like every person's like, no, let's not do that. I was like, that's why you don't give up the phone. You hold it really tight and be like, I'll just text you the photos, bro. But what you don't do is go through my phone because that's very personal. I was like, we married, you stay out my phone. I'm like, you know what, babe, I love you, but guess what you're not gonna do? I was like, nope.
Okay.
Was it?
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. Fuck. What?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. It's like, of course. Why
are we
talking? What? Of course not. Why?
Oh, Kim, you look in your man's phone?
I have looked at my man's phone. Yeah.
Oh shit.
Of course I have.
This is going the wrong direction. Let's just focus on Mike and this silly shit. Okay. I was like, damn it. Anything else, Stacey? All right, then. Let's dwell on phone rights. Anyway, no. Let's go to Chris. Chris, what you got for this episode?
Man, so I don't know which one was more awkward. Just watching in Godfather of Harlem of Malcolm X choosing Omar, the guy who tried to kill him, all of a sudden to be hired as a security detail. Or like Jimmy here was like, you know what? I need someone that has brains. And Michael, I should hire you. I'm like, what? What are we doing? Like, you know, at that moment, I thought like Martin Lawrence in the show. Like sometimes when he gets mad, like Gina throws away his mama's biscuits. And he's like, no, Gina, no. Like that. Yeah, I was like, bro, this is ridiculous. Between that and I don't know how many of y'all actually like watch court TV or watch like courtroom stuff, like actual stuff, not like Law and Order stuff, but like actual
legit,
shit, right?
like legit.
Yeah, like legit stuff. One thing that really bothered me with what's the homegirl's name who was
Lee?
the lawyer? Lee was that the trial is about Eugene. It's about Eugene. And somehow she was able to bring up
past crime.
The whole thing with Carlo is still going on about Carlo. Yeah. And like, well, what did Carlo kill Coffee Joe? I'm thinking like, yo, in any actual courtroom, like the prosecutor is supposed to object and be like, yo, no, we on trial. Or the judge. Or the judge.
I followed it very carefully.
Hold up.
Her line of questioning was very precise to what she introduced, right? So if Gina mentioned something, she followed what Gina mentioned. And that's allowed.
No, but she only brought up, she only brought up the fact that he tried to kill Coffee, right? And the thing is, the moment that they start bringing in the whole thing about what happened with Coffee, that's where it should have been cut off, right? They, like now if she decides to talk about as far as like why her son was the target and whatnot, I mean that part's fine, right? Like talking about Coffee, but then the moment she starts saying like, did your son kill Coffee? That's not why we're here. That is not why we're here.
Well, he did.
Someone should have objected.
The prosecution did object because she was like, "You can't keep on saying like he murdered him. He murdered him." You get like,
but that motherfucker waited till like the fourth time or not. It was like both of these black lawyers like conspired and just like, yo, we're gonna take all these white motherfuckers down. Like it was like what's going on? It was just really awkward, man. I'm sorry, what'd you say?
No, the first one was much more awkward. Like, sir, I tried to kill you twice. I know your son is the reason my son is dead. Anywho, I don't know why you went to jail or how you got out of jail. But would you like to be my closest confidant and guide me through the legal system? Yeah. Absolutely. I was like, what?
Right. Like, but even the whole witness thing is a joke too, because witnesses, we all know that witnesses has to be approved before all of a sudden they just start all of a sudden say, Michael, I call up Michael randomly. Like we all know that's not, like the stuff you used to see in the old school stuff of Law and Order. Law and Order has gotten better because people was like, damn, people are watching court TV now. We got to do legit shit now. You know what I mean? So, and I'm thinking like, if that's the case, if he's able to just randomly call Michael, why the hell isn't Lee calling Carlo as a witness?
Yeah.
Like, if that's as easy as just calling anybody, which we all know that's not legit, you know what I mean? Then Carlo should be like, you know what I mean? Her target should have been at Carlo at that point. And it wasn't. I don't know. That very much really bothered me, maybe because I always follow a lot of court trials. And I'm thinking like, someone's objecting here, right? No one. Judge, you fuck all y'all. Like, you know what I mean? I was like, God damn all y'all. Y'all just suck.
That's what makes you say fuck y'all, huh?
Yes.
Like, this other stuff.
Yeah. It's like, cause like hell, even with the whole thing with the Alec Murdaugh trial, if y'all watched that or whatnot, like when he tried to when he was on the stand, he kept trying to bring up the whole thing with the son and the whole thing with everything going on with that girl that died from that boat crash and whatnot. Everyone had steering back like, no, that's not why we're here on trial for. Like they you know what I mean? You know, because people that we put in a witness stand, they always try to do that. They always try to distract you. That's a distraction. Yeah. We're only here because Eugene shot someone. Now, whether he did stuff because if he had a legit reason, that's here or there. Is he guilty of attempted murder one person actually killing someone?
Yes.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, he was like, oh, drop the mic here was the whole like no further questions or whatnot. I'm like, if I'm the jury, I'm like, no, you ain't saying anything. And you know that they had that one juror that did the whole, like, just like the homegirl with the whole mask. Yeah. And one juror kept looking like, And I'm like, okay, every season you got to have that one juror that's like,
It's like,
no mask this time.
I thought Lee was the writing of Lee they made her a much better lawyer than they did in season 1. Because when I heard the prosecution,
I agree.
When I heard the prosecution,
she was much better in this. Like,
right?
She was very focused. Yeah. She knew and I like the way she knew what to say. She knew how to. She's really being strategic about how she's defending him, and I think that's a good touch. I actually enjoyed watching her this time.
She made me believe that it's possible Eugene could get off.
Yes, she made me believe that too.
Because after the prosecution,
he is.
Because I did right. I'm like, that's the right. But I'm like, the prosecution was so clear. Like, he went to murder and he did murder. Yeah. Why are we even having this conversation? And Lee was like, there's a conversation to have. And I was like, damn it. She was like, the cop was this, the cop was corrupt, and they want you to believe these bad cops that he did this shit. She's like, think about it. I was like, I'm thinking about it. I was like, damn it.
Why didn't you protect your son? Why didn't you protect your son? It's like, and I'm thinking, like, actually, that's a legit. As much as I hate that mother, that was a legit reason. Like, yo, I didn't have time to react, and that's a thing too. Have you ever been in a situation where like someone's about to hit you with their car or whatnot? You freeze. You see a gun that, you just freaking freeze.
But the problem is, in her own testimony, she said, I saw a figure. She said she already saw him and she always thought he was a threat. So she was like, so why didn't you respond? Now all of a sudden you didn't see him? And she's like, because you didn't see him. Well, because
maybe she wasn't trying to racially profile. I don't know. I mean, you know what I mean?
She already did that. If you want to
I guess my point is, you see someone that looks shady walk across the street or whatnot. Well, how many of y'all actually react at that very moment? You don't. You just be like, all right, let me not just like all of a sudden start jumping to conclusions here. No, all of a sudden they pull up a gun and then like at that point it's too late. You know what I mean? That happens all the time, and that's a legit thing. You know what I mean?
Lee got her. Lee got her. That was good. That was good litigation. That was good.
Yeah. It was only good because she fought back with Lee. That's the only reason why Lee kind of got her, because she decided to roll in the mud with her, and that would never work. That never works if you're being, you know, if you have a lawyer coming at you a certain way. You know what I mean? And it's just, I don't know. I mean, you see that in freaking Scooby-Doo. It's like that's. I'm like, if y'all idiots would just shut your mouths or whatnot, you know what I mean? Right. Yeah, you'd be all right. You know. However, you are wearing that mask and you are tied up in a rope, that, you know, conveniently. So, yeah. No, Scooby-Doo. That's how they always.
Like, what the fuck are you talking? Oh, okay, I was confused. I was confused there for a minute. Thank you, Chris. Kim, any more thoughts? What you think about this episode?
I mean, it was a pretty good episode. I enjoyed the court scenes the most.
Hated this episode.
What? What's funny?
You said you liked it.
The court scene.
Like the court scene.
That
was all worse.
No.
Well, that's your opinion.
Yeah.
Can I have one?
Yeah.
No.
Let Chris, don't like that.
Wait a minute.
No, Kim, he's just playing. Please, what you were saying?
I know. No, for me, I felt like it was because the way that I can't even say it, strategically,
yes,
she was able to kind of flip it, and I enjoyed her performance of doing that.
Yes.
Now the whole thing is ridiculous. We already know that. We know Eugene's going to get off. Pretty much they're handing everything to us. Eugene's going to get off because of stupid Gina. You know, she should. I mean, we already know this is going to happen. Now, you know what? I was watching somebody else's recap. Now, maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm not paying attention. But did you guys know that the mother-in-law is a senator?
Yeah.
But where's her security?
That's a good question, but that's why she wasn't there. Like she
right. But you would think like she's been a lot of play. Remember, she was running Mike around town. Yeah.
She was the investigator. She was the lead investigator in that crime.
In some of the worst neighborhoods out there, right? And she's running around like she's not a senator, right? Yeah. And I was like,
she's not a U.S. senator. She's a state senator.
That doesn't mean she doesn't need protection.
Well, I don't know.
A lot of local politicians don't have they don't have security that follows them around in their house or locally. Maybe if they're at the Capitol or when she said she's in she had to go to the actual Capitol for like voting and stuff like that. Maybe she might have a detail then, but not when she's at home. No, they don't follow her around like that.
Well, anywho. I wasn't disturbed that Mike didn't go to the courthouse. I felt like psychologically he's already lost it, and to start to hear more about his son being killed, I don't think he could take, right? So I got that. Now this whole thing of the two grandpas being together is so annoying. I'm like, what are they trying to do here? Like this. Jimmy's antenna should be like raised up, because this is ridiculous at this point. Jimmy's already said, I don't like you, I don't really want you around. He tried to kill him at one point, and now all of a sudden Jimmy's like mellowing. Well, we're grandpas together, and I was like, this is some bullshit. And then, did anybody feel like Rosie Perez's character seemed a little bit desperate when she found out what was going on?
Yeah.
I was like, there is more to her story that I don't know if they're gonna flesh it out in one episode, but there's something going on with her. I think she's running this thing. I think her bosses think she's doing one thing and she's doing another.
Yeah, we talked about that. You never see her with her authorities or like anyone coordinating anything. And that's why it's just her. It's just her. So maybe this is an independent thing, and she's trying to regain her image and her like position, and yeah. So we did talk about that. I was actually interested in that they even brought back the whole real estate project and the RICO or whatever. Like, I thought they forgot about that shit, but now she's like, no, I need Charlie to bring all this together. And now that he pulled out the deal, like now all that's falling apart. But Thea had nothing to do with that. Like her independent.
When she asked her dad about the bombing of the house or whatever, why did her father lie to her? When he said, because the house blew up because it was a setup to kill the family. He's
not trying to tell his daughter, I just murdered a whole family. I mean, so he admitted to certain shit, but he knows his daughter will walk the fuck out if he's like, yeah, mama, how your mama is.
Her families are gangsters. She don't know this.
Right, that's that bullshit though. That she's like, oh my god, I didn't realize y'all.
That was annoying.
It's like the daughter from The Sopranos. It's like I know my Papa Tony is.
The daughters from the Americans figure out that they were spies. They didn't have to tell them. They figured
that was different. They got caught. She caught them. You know what I mean? Not to mention the Russians was actually trying to recruit the daughter.
After they got caught. You know what I mean? But no, I mean, I hear you. Like that was knowing as fuck to be like at her age to be like, oh my god, this is how you make your money.
She's a whole mother, and she acting like this,
right?
I don't think she's gonna pass that GED.
Yeah, what happened to that? What happened?
I know, right? Why? There was no follow up. Where was the follow up question with that? Like, did you pass? Nothing. I wanted to know. I didn't. Yeah,
all it is. This thing is basically what I'm trying to say is all these storylines. How the hell are you gonna wrap it up in one episode?
Easy.
Like.
Easy.
You know what I'm saying?
Just kill everybody.
5 minutes to answer everything. 5 minutes.
Wait a minute. And then wait a minute. Mo, what is going on with little Mo when he was like pulling guns on? I was like, wait a minute. So now Big Mo has forgiven little Mo because they family. I was like, wait, what? Yeah, Big Mo. Yeah, because remember when the guy whose little brother died, he was trying to set Mo up, remember?
Yeah, well, I'm saying
and then little Mo was like, he flipped on him and was like, and then Big Mo came out of the from behind. And I was like, so she got you fucked up. Like you had to be beat up to get out of the gang.
He deserved it. He betrayed her multiple times.
But true, it's just weird that both of them were like, let's let bygones be bygones, right? Like,
yeah,
it worked for Ghost and Tommy and Kanan and Tommy and Ghost.
Well, yeah, that's true. That is
true. This is part of the life.
It's just
B Mickey and the homie
Meech.
And Meech. I'm like, it's just it was mind-numbing, but like again, they gotta get this shit moving, right? So they're like, yo. The Moes are back together again. Now they're in charge. The uprising lasted less than an episode, and now we're just moving on to she lost her baby now because she's like, oh my god, my baby don't want to be with me because she finally figured out that I'm a criminal.
And I was like, what is that about? Now this woman, I love her singing. I think she has a beautiful voice, right? But really, do we need her for this show? Do we even need the love affair between them to make the show?
I mean, eye candy, yeah. I think
so.
Like, okay, yes, Chris. For you, yes. And every other man.
Oh, don't do that. Every time I gotta watch Idris. I gotta watch Luther for Idris. I'm like, damn, is Kim about to take her clothes off to Idris?
Yes, I am. Yes, I was.
Well, I mean, so Kim, I think again they're trying to humanize her, right? Like
I get that.
I'm like, but again, it's not going anywhere. I thought she was.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
I was like, they get engaged. They're happy. Gina has not.
She should have just got murdered.
Yeah,
that would have been better, Stacey.
Yeah.
If they would have murdered her.
Well, all the tension that she and Gina had, we just knew there was going to be a drive-by and
yes.
girlfriend was going to get shot, and then that makes her relevant, and then we can do something. But that was like, nah, she's got to figure out how she got to get her baby back and whatever the fuck.
That's what I'm talking about. Like Stacey's idea, that's a perfect idea. This is what should happen. Her baby should die, and then you know what I'm saying. But I feel like they're. Oh man, this should have never been made. I'm sorry. It's just not intriguing. And I want to see what 10 is gonna bring, because it's not gonna make any goddamn sense. But okay.
Neither did the first season, because we were mad. I was like, we just cussing that episode out because again, remember, in that one, Lee was like, oh my God, Mike, you're dirty. Hey, Eugene, figure your life out. I'm just gonna walk it off into the distance. And that was it. And I was like, what? Yeah. And I was like, how did we get here?
And then they bring her back
to be a masterful lawyer. I mean,
I didn't think she was going to be that good.
Me either. I was like, I thought she was still thinking about Mike's loving, and she was like, you know what, Mike? When she went to the house, she was like, how'd you know where he was? But let's not go through all that. I was like, hey, baby, I missed you. I was like, because again, he's not at his home. So how did she know where he was? Because he was like, oh my God, what are you doing here? Yeah,
it was a text off camera.
Damn it. Well, hey, American Gigolo. Showtime is notorious for this. If you're a key character, everyone knows where you're at all times, and they don't even know your address. They'll just show up. I was like, damn, y'all. No.
Will that come out? Will that come out when Michael's on the stand? Where like Lee like, where were you at this night? He's like, I was with you. I was at your house.
The prosecutor is going to be like, excuse me, former judge. Weren't you fucking this lawyer? Yep. Please dismiss. Please get off my stage, please. I was like, you cannot trust anything he's saying. Like, I need. What's Carlo? Is that name that dumbass son?
Carlo. The son. Yeah, Carlo.
This has to be the stupidest criminal I've ever seen. And head of security. Yeah.
Hello. Yeah, that's what Michael was saying. Michael was saying like, oh, if you're head of the criminal organization, then I'm out. Like it's like because you suck.
He insulted this man and was like, so you think you know something? Yes, I do, sir. I know that my father is allowing another criminal organization to move stuff through his ports. And I know that's not a crime. And he was like, yeah, by the way, son, that actually is a crime. Oh, thank you, sir.
And I Googled Harry the Hook. So
I know how the internet works, sir. I was like, God damn it. Yeah, right there. Mike calls Rosie Perez. And it's like, hey, we already solved the case. Arrest these people. We are done. But instead, somehow, we are still going. I'm like, Frankie should be the show. We found Frankie. He's disgruntled. He got his ass whooped. He wants to testify. How do they kill him before he testifies? That should be the show. Like, and that makes sense. Like, this whole undercover bullshit don't make no sense. Like, damn it. Why, Lord? Why are we doing this to us? Why? I don't know. I just want them all to die at this point, as Stacey has pointed out. Damn. We just gotta see how many bodies are gonna drop next episode and just roll through
this. Blow up New Orleans.
And be like, bam.
Ooh, rocket launcher.
You know what?
Chill out, George Bush. Damn.
No, I think
that was the flood. Hurricane, yes. Hurricane comes, wipes everybody out. There we go.
No, Eugene is gonna get off. And Gina is going to shoot him in front of the courthout.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Some typical movie trope, right?
Yes.
It's like you get free and I'm shooting.
That's good. I like that. That's
it. That's what's going to happen.
This whole divorce bullshit that she and Jimmy are going through. Like, why are we still doing this? Is this going to mean anything? It's like because she's like, I can't have him here because we're fighting, but well, he still come to the court. Neither one of the grandfathers asked the other, why are you not at court? Right? Like, they were like, nah, we're just hanging out today. I was like, I thought as we discussed last week, I thought they didn't know, they didn't give a fuck that Eugene was on trial in the first place. Now all of a sudden, Fia, who should be in school or doing something with herself, who's taking care of that baby? If Mike is
probably grandma that's always conveniently out when they're there and then there when they're out.
Who? Yep.
Talking about the senator grandmother. Talking about her.
No, because she's in court. If grandmother and mother are in court, and grandfather and grandfather are driving around. Where the fuck is that baby?
Oh, the priest. The priest is just the baby's just at the church, just sitting on the pew.
I was like,
got some holy water on him.
Yeah. I was like, where's that fucking baby? I was like, damn it! I just thought about that. I was like, what's that little baby boy? I was like, so how this
he's with the lady that Carlo left him with that time.
Oh, there you go. That's right.
The random ass woman.
The one he's still trying to fuck. Was that the one at the counter that he was talking to?
Yeah, that was her.
I was like, damn it. He's still trying to get them draws. And he's still wearing a tie. So he hasn't learned that real men don't wear ties.
No, real bosses don't wear ties.
Excuse me, real bosses don't wear ties. I thought Mike was gonna hit him with that too. Hey son, you wearing a tie? You bitch ass. Your daddy didn't tell you that real bosses don't wear ties? He's like, no, he didn't. Yeah, he told me that, sir. But I'm coming up in the game. I'm just a driver right now. I was like, hilarious. I was like, it's sad.
I want him to like take his tie, just snatch it off, and then it's revealed that he's wearing a clip on. I want to see that shit. I want to see that. It's like you were the clip on, like you bitch. I
wanted to pull that shit off and choke Mike to death. That's why I wanted to be like, you know what I can do with the tie? Like, you lying. I know.
Lying motherfucker.
Mr. Head of Security, find out where this motherfucker, why this dude was in jail and how he got out. This is some basic shit. Like, is he still on probation? Does he have a probation officer? Like, there's some basic questions you need to ask about this dude before you just give him a job, Stella. Damn it. I was like, how is Fia she is gonna find out? We all agree she's gonna find out next episode that Adam is responsible for all this shit.
Of course.
Yeah, it's gonna come out on the stand. Yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
Damn. Then she's gonna be like, then she got murder her baby and kill herself. I don't know what, like, how's that gonna work out?
Take the baby.
This is I was like, she gotta be like, I fucked my brother's murderer. Yes.
I fucked my son's what?
My brother's murderer. Excuse me, not my son. Excuse me. I was gonna say my son's murderer, but that actually she did fuck her son's father, but that's not a story. Yes.
Did you just say I fucked my son's father? I would imagine so. That's
what I'm saying. That's why the statement still works. That's what I'm saying. I was like, but I had to switch it up. I was like, anyway, fuck this show, man. I mean, Bryan Cranston should have did something better with his life. He should have been like, you gotta
say the words. You gotta say the words. I don't want to do this no more.
I was like, I don't, man. I've lost all desire. Oh, desire. Oh, boom, boom. I'm not lifetime always desire.
I lost my desire. Boom, boom.
I was like, damn it. Oh, so if she murdered the lead guy who led the rebellion, did she murder the other rebellious guys?
I would hope so.
And shouldn't said Puerto Rican go, you know what? I'm gonna find a new customer because y'all got too much shit going on and you ain't moving product fast enough anyway, because he was in the multi-key level and these guys are at the 1 or 2 key level. So why are you even fucking around with any of this? I don't know. Mm-hmm. And did the Moes call him before he showed up? Because it's almost like he knew this whole thing was gonna go down. Because he was very calm. Because remember, he was like, I only deal with the Mo. And then the Mo showed up, and there he was like, all right, then, well, I'll take my money now, and I'll just leave y'all. And I'm like, what?
Yeah, that was plot convenience.
Plot convenience.
Yep, for sure.
I was like, I don't understand any of this. So I was going to let that roll. Is maybe Eugene is going to go back to Houston and stop drawing evidence. That's what's going to happen. The prosecutor's going to pull out his fucking coloring book and be like, did you just draw this picture of you murdering, trying to murder? He drew a picture of Kim shooting Adam. Bet. Somewhere in that notebook, he drew a detailed photo of him shooting Adam and how he felt about it. And then he drew another photo of him trying to kill fucking Carlo and failing. They're just going to introduce.
Well, you know what they'll do is, what they'll do instead. They'll have a witness of the teachers from the school down in Houston and be like, when you found it, like, what did you find? Like, what did you find? Like, I found a picture of him shooting someone through a window. And then everyone, oh my God.
How'd you do it? He's like, he's a very detailed drawer. He's an excellent artist. And I want to.
And he put his name right next to his face.
He's goddamn. He's like, Eugene Jones. I murdered this man. This
was me.
Just in case you want to know, this is me right here.
Matter of fact, on the bottom right, you will see my signature signifying that I actually drew this. This is
my social security number.
Wow.
This is
and a thumbprint.
This is my social binding as a confession.
Yeah. My mother's maiden name is this.
It's a drop of blood for DNA testing.
Just get this. I won't leave no mysteries. I was like, damn it. I was like, oh, this.
How they catch me? How they catch me?
Your pesky art. Your pesky art.
And he's gonna make a rap song detailing all the crimes called New Orleans Needs a Body.
Which is not. Oh, the levees. I thought that was a bit much. He's like, the levees will break, and then they will take all of us down. I was like, okay, so now we're going to George Bush now. Like George Bush is responsible for this somehow. I was like, what? We're doing a lot. It was like, you can't trust the government. You can't trust us. I was like, what's up, Chris?
No, you said you said it was George Bush's fault now.
I was like, it's a bit much. Anyway,
is it?
I was like, it's a bit much. But hey, she won. She's gonna win the case one way or the other. I like it. I like the fact it was the white man who's like, I was like, all right. So he's like, she's going for jury nullification. That's the phrase I do believe. When the jury says fuck the law, we feel sorry for this boy. Why didn't she bring up the fact that his whole family is murdered? Like he's an orphan. You want to know why? The Baxters. Like I mean something. This to be like he has nothing. And so I mean, so of course he's lost in the system and da. Like painting him as a sympathetic murderer that he is. Because yeah. And didn't he kill somebody? Didn't he kill somebody for the desire or some shit last season? I thought
him? Eugene?
I thought he did.
I don't think so.
No,
Eugene?
he didn't.
All right, never mind. I thought all right, never mind.
I don't think he did. No.
What's up, Jemani? What you got?
Yeah, I was like, can I go? I didn't get
my fault,
man. You didn't even ask.
My bad.
Jemani, did you not go this whole time, Jemani?
Damn it, David.
I don't know. For some reason, I thought Jemani talked already, but then I was thinking, no, that was the taxes thing. I didn't know. I forgot.
That's the taxes thing. I'm sorry. Jemani, the floor is yours. I'm gonna mute myself. Go ahead.
As far as the courtroom goes, she Lee? She had a good opening argument. But as far as she can't bring in all of that sympathetic stuff unless somebody opens the door, which Gina did, which there's no mob boss's wife that would ever take the stand under subpoena or otherwise. And now she's not even a mob boss's wife. She is basically like a godmother, or what do you call it? Like she's actually the boss of the family because Jimmy is out. So there's no way she would. This is like the most far-fetched thing I've ever seen in the world. Like, because you can ask them almost anything and they're compelled to not perjure themselves. So anything could lead to anything else.
But Gina doesn't. Gina thinks she's smarter than everybody else. You got to remember that. She doesn't think what she's doing is going to impact her family at all, because Gina thinks she's smarter than everybody else. So that's why she's trying to be the sympathetic mother who's the jury's gonna feel sorry for.
Yeah, but I'm saying that doesn't make any sense, because she could have done that in season 1 with Kofi Jones, but she went and sent Carlo to do the job, which is why didn't she send somebody to do the same thing with Eugene? Eugene is just okay, like he is like, we're not going to send anybody after him. There's nothing going to even be attempted on him. He should be flaunting attempts in jail on an hour at this point. Like she says in her head, like, I'm so smart, I'm going to take the stand and I'm going to put him away, and that's good enough. Like, somebody takes a shot at your kid. She wanted him dead a few episodes ago. Now all of a sudden she's resolved to him having life in prison. That's good enough. Like, where did she, all of us, like, even when she spoke to the lady from the grief group, like, where did she get this calm from that she's just gonna allow somebody to go to jail for life as opposed to killing them a few episodes ago?
No, you're right. And her character arc has changed a lot. Eugene should be already dead. I mean, to your point. in protective custody to prevent said murder.
And I'm like, obviously, your Mora attorney or whatever, who's from ER, is doing that other show on Showtime, so they couldn't bring her back. So, as the DA, so because she was supposed to, she should have been the DA in this case instead of the guy who's handling the case. He's a good actor, but he has a shit role because last episode, he was willing to make a deal. And I mean, he has got to be like top level stupid. And I mean, to the moon. He's ready to make a deal to keep everything hush-hush about Mike.
That's right.
Now, he says, I want to put him on the stand.
That's right. That's right. That makes the one person he should not want to put on the stand is the very man that Lee was like, and then Lee was like, hey, I just want to warn you, they're going to put you on the stand. She should be like, snitch, Mike, snitch on every fucking thing. Tell the truth. Tell the truth, Mike. All the shit
she said to him, lie.
No, tell the truth. And then, oh, damn it. That's right. They didn't watch their own show. That's a
Are
good
we
point.
surprised? This
no, but
the entire season has been a shit show of nobody, the writers not consulting each other on what they're writing.
That's a good damn it, Jamani. I was like, you, the one witness that you should, the prosecution should not be. In fact, Lee should be like, I want to put Mike on the stand, and the prosecution's like, absolutely not. No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. And because. All right, I'm gonna tell you how court. Okay, so all right, so they put him on the stand. All right.
Yes.
If he has, what Mike is saying, I want to just unburden myself. I want to tell everything. Right.
Yeah.
Right. He becomes a hostile witness. Right. Yeah. So then they can't do anything with him. They're treating him like, just give us yes or no answers, right? And then when she comes up for the rebuttal, it's, can you expound on that yes or no?
And then you're done. Like, I totally forgot. That was last episode.
So I'm like, because as you see, Gina can, when she's on the stand and she's talking to DA, she can go into all of this type of, she can give the longest answer she wants to, and then
when the rebuttal comes, objected for some reason.
And then when the rebuttal comes, then it's Lee saying, "Okay, let me pick apart all this stuff that you just left for me." Right?
Yeah.
That's why. So it's you would put somebody on the stand to just say yes or no, and then. Okay, yes could mean anything. Please expound on that because you can't give them any room to talk any further because they can let the whole cat out of the bag.
Yeah, but also, that's not how. But every witness you put up though, if you put a witness up there, then the defendants or the opposition gets to cross-examine. You know what I mean? And then if you cross-examine, they're going to do way more than yes or no.
Well, that's what he just said. That's what he said. He said like once they do that, then they open themselves up to cross-examination. Like Gina should have been on the stand because there were several people who worked in the restaurant who saw fucking Eugene. Like everyone saw Eugene. We were actually talking about that when we did the last review. I'm like, he walked past all the work staff. Like they could just be like, "Did you see that little black boy?" Yes. Mm-hmm. Then you got a gun that he left with the fingerprints.
Did he walk? So the thing is, though, are you going to remember everyone?
He walked through the door, though. Didn't he walk through the glass door?
He walked through the back. I swear I saw the help. I saw because I was like, he walked through the point that somebody should have saw it. That's what I'm saying. More than just Gina.
Yeah. Maybe they did, but then maybe they didn't think much of it. Did you go out yesterday? Do you know everyone that kind of walked past?
But the problem with that, Chris, is he's a black boy with a hood on, right? and people are gonna notice that. Like, and he walked through the front
that
door.
They saw someone with a hood on. See, that's the thing. Now you're saying it was just a black dude with a hood, but not necessarily seeing his face.
We saw his face. I'm gonna go back and watch that episode now because I got
regardless, right? They just wanted her as a sympathetic mother because Adam don't have a mother, right? So they just used her as a surrogate mother because that was the intended target, and it backfired.
Yeah, because she's
whether it's on the stand or as far as a show goes entirely, it just backfired, right?
Yeah.
But the issue that I take is, okay, you have Charlie, right, and then you have the senator. I told you guys weeks ago about the senator should want Eugene in jail, and we see that, right? This is the murder of her grandchild, right?
Yeah.
Right. So where is Charlie saying, I'm the mayor, I have power, and I have dirty hands. The dirty cop that I use is dead and left everything to fall on me whenever anything comes out. I want this kid to take this damn deal.
Yeah.
So if I'm mayor of the city, who appoints the district? Who's in not so to say in points or is in charge, but who has a close relationship with the district attorney?
Prosecutor.
The mayor does, not a state senator. They don't have that much coordination or anything. They can send something down from the state.
He's a mayor, not a governor. Like a governor, like no, he's not the mayor's the mayor when it comes to prisons and whatnot. The governor.
I'm not talking about prisons. I'm not talking about.
He's talking about the prosecution. Like he's saying, the mayor should be able to should be calling the DA to be like, this case needs to go away. Like give him a deal so he don't get on the stand. He's saying that, but then the
I don't need a public trial so that witnesses come and evidence comes out, investigations.
Yeah, but mayors don't even have that power too. Mayors don't have that much power to even be like, hey, like give him you know what I mean? That's you're talking about governor related stuff. That's like a little bit higher than just some town mayor. You know what I mean?
He works. I mean, he should be trying to put some kind of pressure on him. I mean, whether he works or not is a different story. But he's doing nothing. Like he's sitting in the back, like he's just a spectator trying to see how this goes.
He called Rosie Perez about he pulled out of the land deal.
Yeah,
he pulled out of the land deal, not worried about. Eugene is on trial.
Yeah.
Everything that I've done can be exposed.
Yeah. No, that's a good point. That's a good point. He needs to be worried, and the grandmother needs to be a lot more mad because they're just watching like, wow, let's see how this goes. Like she should have a lot more personal stakes in this shit. And
I'm like, at least the grandmother, you saw in that end scene that she was like, why is this woman here? And
that's a whole other anger. That's a whole other angle.
Remember, that's the woman that the son-in-law had an affair with. So
yeah,
she's got that anger too, even though she knows her daughter did the same goddamn thing.
Now
it's not about why is the lady who's defending? I guess we're gonna forget about that. It's the lady who's defending the murder of my grandchild is coming to my house. Why is she doing that when she's on trial defending him? I think that was. You can say we had issues before, but now, this is the kitchen sink. This is she's defending the murder of my grandchild, and now she's coming to my house.
Yeah, how did she know that they were at the house? But you're right, though. I mean, you're right. I mean, that needs to be worked out. But thank you for reminding me about the other thing. If Fia just fucking snitched that, hey, the government's looking into you and your deal. Daddy should be asking, how do you know that? Well, again, the prosecutor talked to me. Where did he talk to you? At Mike's house. What? You mean the guy
that's why I disagree with what you guys were saying, is because that's why he wants him. Is because you keep your friends closer than your enemies. He knows what Mike is. And he's like, I'll keep you around. I'm not doing anything, but you could be of use just being around. Because he's really actually not doing anything anymore. He's just passively letting stuff happen.
But again, as Mike pointed out, that is also a fucking crime. But again, he should be like, Mike needs to go into the ground now because he's talking to a prosecutor, which is probably how he got out of jail, which is probably why he came to see me today. Like he needs to kill Mike at this point. Like right now, he needs to be like, Mike got to go. Like I didn't realize that. And then he got my daughter in this shit. So like that's where Jimmy's head needs to be at. And Gina needs to probably thinking the same thing if Jimmy even tells Gina. But I'm like, none of this is being discussed, is what I'm saying. Like, if he pulled out the deal, it's because he knows that he could be prosecuted for this stuff now. So he needs to be looking at Mike as a problem, as a vulnerability. And now Thea just turned on the one grandpa that she was living with. Now all of a sudden she's a Baxter again. I'm like, this lousy bitch. Like, I'd be mad.
Damn.
Now it's trifling. I took care of you, gave you a place to live. You a high school dropout, and now you snitching on me.
But remember, it's about blood.
Him. She said he doesn't even know. She doesn't even know anything about his deal, and he doesn't know that she's talking to him. So nobody knows anything, which is why I'm like, how can you surmise all of this stuff up in one episode for everybody to know that everything everyone else is doing when nobody knows nothing that anyone is doing at the end of episode 9.
You'll see, man. They did in episode 1. They did season 1. It was completely ridiculous. Like,
why do we desire, like, could the drug cartel, can they have just like, could this have been Ozark and they just put a bullet in everybody's head and then Desire is over and we don't have to see them next up? Like, what is the point of this? I'm like, I've watched enough Jerry Springer and, people saying, yeah, I know that, you might be straight, but I'm gay, and, all this type of stuff. Is that whole conversation that they had in the dressing room was that same conversation that they have on talk shows, but instead of I'm gay, it's I'm a drug dealer. Instead, it's, love is love. Can you love me as a drug dealer? I'm like,
all right, okay, I knew where you were going with that, but I mean, but she knew she was a drug dealer though, man. Like, that this ain't the first time, like, by no means. Like, she was singing in the original Drug Bar before they got to this one, so it's not like
she knows what she is.
Yeah, it wasn't like they were going out on dates and shit, and she was like, "Oh, what do you do for a living, Ghost?" Oh yeah, I'm sorry, I'm also a drug dealer, by the way. I mean, like, it wasn't like that, man. So, but I mean, to your point,
no, but she knew. That's what I'm saying. Like, why are we going down this storyline so late in the season? I'm like, can they have a party or something and she go to blow up a balloon and it has the fentanyl in it and she and that's die or something?
That would have been hilarious. So her dying from the fentanyl instead of this random ass kid who I can't even remember would have made a better story, and that would have brought the ramifications of my drug life back to Big Mo in a much more meaningful way. And maybe that would got her out the game, but it not really. I don't know, but we'll figure it out. But it's all gonna get wrapped up next week, one way or the other. So that's just how the show writes. We will, and we'll just be in awe of how the fuck we still watch this show. But anyway,
because of you,
huh?
Because of you, because you said.
Exactly.
I remember, like when the second season was like, he was like, you know what? We gotta watch this. We gotta watch the second season.
You know what? That was his exact words, Chris. That was exactly verbatim what you said, David. Yeah.
Like, okay, let's do.
We got to do it. We got to do
it. I gotta see how this journey ends. I was like, damn it. It's like, I had hope, and then they shitted on it. I don't know. It was. I didn't think they were gonna do this many crazy things. I was like,
Kirsten should have called up Vince Gilligan and just said, "Can you take a look at some of these scripts? Can you just give me some sort of notes or something? Like, just direct, like someone, like, I mean, it doesn't make any sense. Like, the direct, like, I'm like, now we see the grandfather again in this episode.
Yes,
and I'm like, why? For him to go to court, a mob boss to go to court with his daughter to testify.
Yeah, that was stupid. I mean, that's hey, he's not even taking care of the grandson. Damn it, where the fuck's that grandson? That hashtag, where's that little boy? I mean, I need to find it. I need to know that little boy is safe. Anyway, Kim, any final? What do you want to see next episode?
Nick, I want Gina to die, but that's not going to happen. So, anywho. I still feel strongly like Gina's definitely going to do something to Eugene. He's going to get off. She's going to shoot him, or even she might make Carlo do it. Somehow Eugene is not getting away with this, right? Then again, they may shoot him, and then he ends up, like a flash forward, and he's living with Mike. But I think he's going to die.
Remember?
Yeah, you already got shot.
Two arm slings. He has 2 arm slings.
I mean, hey, Tupac got shot a couple of times too. So
still living. Well, not anymore. Not anymore.
But anywho, yes, I think that might happen. And then Jimmy pulling out of the deal. What is this? What does this mean to everything? Right? What does that mean to everything? So I want to find out about that. And what else? I think yeah, I really don't care about anything else. Like Mike could just, take a flying leap off of a cliff and I'd be okay with that because he's depressed. I mean, but I guess the baby is his saving grace. Like he wants to be a grandfather to the baby, right? So yeah, I think it's just gonna be a happy ending. Fia's gonna continue to live with Mike, even though she knows what happened with Adam, because Mike is gonna make her understand that Adam didn't mean to do what he did. It was an accident, right? So Mike is gonna make her understand that, and then she'll still continue to live with Mike, and they'll raise Adam's baby together. And then and I think they'll be living in the senator's house for a minute because Mike doesn't have a job.
Also true.
Yeah. All
right.
So I think that's gonna happen. Yeah. And I still don't understand why he lives with his mother-in-law. There's no tie there anymore. There's none. Like his wife is dead and his son is dead. So why are you still living there? Like,
where is he gonna live?
Get a job and get your own studio.
He quit his job.
That's right. Huh? He's right. He quit his job at the butcher shop.
But how is that his mother-in-law's problem?
Well, she ain't put him out, so.
Yeah,
well,
she don't see that as a problem. Even though, again, for some reason, she said my daughter shouldn't have married you anyway. She was about that life. But I was like, what?
I mean, well, that was her being honest about her child.
But like to your point though, why are we doing this? Like, I mean, it's not
exactly.
Like yeah.
It doesn't make sense to me.
It don't.
Because there would be no reason why my son-in-law would live if I had a daughter. I was like, why are you living with me? Just no kid. There's nothing tying us together. Bye. Yeah, go to your family.
He needs an address for parole that doesn't exist.
So he needs to go to his family. Where's his mother, father, cousins, brother, sisters? Like, where are they?
All gone. And also a halfway house to Giovanni's point. Like he should be in a halfway house with the other
he should.
ex-cons, but somehow he's not. Stacey, any final thoughts?
Rocket launcher.
Love it.
Just blow it all up.
Or the flood.
Or the flood.
The flood could match the area. Huh?
We can get biblical. Take the flood.
Everybody swims away.
It still is biblical. All the first sons have died.
Oh, very good, very good. I like that too. No, that's not true.
He's
Rocco, Carlos.
Rocco was
oh yeah.
He's the first son. He's the first son.
But I like your commitment though. I like your commitment.
Yeah, I did. It was nice though. It was nice. Chris, anything else?
I'm hoping that at the Baxter's residency, there's like a fire that happens that like kills all of them, and I mean like all the Baxters, including Fia. I'm sorry, she's guilty by affiliation. You know what I mean? So yeah, just light them all on fire. It'd be kind of poetic too, as of what they did to the Jones family. You know what I mean? So
yes.
Other than that, yeah, just have the show go. Have the show just go away, Showtime. I mean, bruh, they goddamn Showtime. God damn it. And then they do Yellow Jackets, and you're like, I'm confused, Showtime. Like, y'all sometimes do some hit makers, and then you get your honor. The fuck? Like, god damn. That actually pisses me off. Like the inconsistency of this. That they all sucked like this, and then
let the right one in.
Yeah, trash. American Jiggle. Yeah,
American
but they don't.
They Jiggle trash.
So then you watch like a new show or something, you're like, ooh, this might be good. And then there's only third episode in, you're like, oh, this is horrible. And Bryan Cranston, that's my dude. So I god damn it. So that's it.
All right, Chris. We feel your pain. Jamani, please. Any final words for Mike?
As far, well, not necessarily for Mike, because he's become like a side character in this show. Right. It's like Eugene is more or less the main character right now. I don't know.
Right now, yes, I would agree.
I don't like. I know that they have like there's no animals or pets being hurt in the that they give the little advisory during shows or whatever.
Yeah,
I want to see that for like food waste. Like we saw Godfather Harlem, the pie got thrown away. Then she threw away the cannoli when the daughter wasn't there. I'm like, stop wasting food in this show. I'm like,
food. Okay.
I was like, where's he going with this?
I was like, what the fuck are you? I got
Jamani always be like, sometimes you gotta be like, huh?
You're going a long way to get to the destination, but I got you. Food waste. Got you.
Use GPS, man. Use GPS.
What you got?
As far as the final episode, I'm like, there's no way that any of this can be salvaged. But I don't want to see any desire. Like they have resolved the whole thing, so it's over. They don't need to be in the next episode, right? And we need to find out what's going on with Charlie. Like that was my favorite character for the show. So like, can he come in and save the day or do something? Like, I don't know what, like, is Mike going to go to Charlie to try to get him out of testifying or something like that? I don't like something. I as far as Thea goes, that kid, is she gonna run off? Is she gonna stay? Like what? I don't understand what her motivation is, what she wants. Does she know what she wants? Rosie Perez, like, I don't even know what she wants. So what is the end goal supposed to look like? Is he gonna, since this whole big deal has gone away, what does that mean? We can't let him testify because we still need him for this investigation. So the judge gets a note and says, he's recused. He can't testify. And then, he goes on being the consigliere and abiding his time, trying to get more information out of Jimmy, who doesn't do anything, but trying to overhear what's going on with Gina or Carlo or whoever else in the family is actually doing criminal activity. And I'm like, is there going to be some blowback for him pulling out of the deal with the New York people? Because that was all set and in place. And I don't think that's just something you can just, I don't want to do it anymore without anything, any sort of retaliation, anything coming back afterwards. Like,
actually, I remember Charlie should also be upset because he promised a good part of that project to his black supporters. So it wasn't just the gangsters that was involved in this. So he also should be like, "What the hell are you doing?" Because he made promises. Like I said,
as far as he originally was talking to the black people or whatever. I can't remember what the organization was, but he was talking about giving it to them and getting them loans and all of the other stuff. So he could still do that for them like he was originally going to do, and they would have the whole thing, but it would be like mortgaged, so to say.
All right.
But I don't think it's that. I don't think that is necessarily the issue of whether the community gets it scot-free or people get it mortgaged. I think the issue is I'm still involved in this thing. Like, people want to be done with this thing, and it keeps going on. And Rosie Perez won't go away. I'm like, I see why they chose her. Like people are annoyed by her. People have said that for years, decades, or whatever, and they chose her. And it's like every time she comes back in an episode, it's just again, like go away, because the storyline is that annoying.
Well, we'll see. I mean, maybe they'll wrap it up. I mean, they're going to wrap it up. They have to. It's interesting. They said they called it the season finale instead of the series finale. And I was saying, but it's not going to be a season 3. It's not going to be a season 3. But it's interesting they're not acknowledging. No, dude, stop it. Not with Bryan Cranston. Not with Bryan Cranston.
Luther. They could do a movie.
Let's not do that. Let's not do that. I mean, maybe Desire could get its own show. I don't know. And maybe that's what they're doing. I don't know.
No. It's Showtime. They can embargo to the Shy.
That's a whole other. All right. I think
they can be moving drugs between there and Chicago.
They barely move drugs in New Orleans. Like, I mean, they can't even do that right. They're not moving all the way up to Chicago. Like,
and there's only one drug dealer. Her name is Big Mo.
That's it. And Lil Mo and Lil Mo and the other Mo's. I don't know. Anyway, it's the Mo family. I don't know. We gotta see how this shit goes, man. They'll wrap it up one way or the other. Maybe Ryan takes a bullet. I don't know. But
is the grieving mother gonna do anything about this club? Like, what was the point of that scene 2 episodes ago?
We got see if you do that, and then Big Mo is relevant. So we got to not do that. I don't know, man. They did a lot of random shit. All right, let's just acknowledge that. I don't know. I thought the rodeo was gonna come back. That didn't come back. I was like, damn it, where's that bull?
That can always come back.
Why didn't it come back?
Like the Bob Newhart show.
Because it was real. The bull is driving.
It would have came back then.
The bull was driving that black SUV. It's all connected. You know what I'm saying? Like it's all the same. Not. You'll see. The SUV is going to pull
gray
up.
Hairs. Look at
the
me.
Black SUV is going to pull up to the front of the courthouse. And then the window's gonna roll down. It's gonna be Robin's real black gang lover, and he's gonna
look like a black Einstein.
Huh?
He looks like a black Einstein. Look at his hair.
I know, that's crazy. That's wild. Good work, Chris. Good work with that. I want to do some more. All right, guys. We'll see what happens with this bullshit. Black Einstein is doing some wild shit. Chris, I don't know what Chris is doing, but we'll see y'all next week.
E equals MC squared.
Now he's just being racist. We're not gonna have
Einstein.
Like,
how is that racist?
Don't do
that's
that.
How he talked.
No, you were doing your impression, sir. We don't
of what of Einstein. Sure, yeah. What about it?
Like,
how's that racist?
What's his name? Al Pacino playing a Jewish man.
Wait. You saying Jews have an accent? Is that what you're just now telling me?
No, that's what he said. Al Pacino.
So you're being racist by trying to say that I'm racist by doing an Einstein impression that is not a Jewish accent because there is no accent.
Stacey.
Now she got the mustache. I thought she
got their mustache.
Oh, she got the mustache. Anyway, excuse me, Mr. Einstein. You were saying.
I was not being a racist. That's how Einstein talks.
Wow.
That's how he talks.
Now you do sound like that.
He's dead.
But you do kind of sound like Adolf Hitler right there, though, a little bit.
Wow.
So how can I be racist then if you're even now saying that
that's just a German accent.
That's a German accent. That's just a German accent. I was like, you using the German accent. That's where
was he? Where was Einstein from?
That's what I'm saying.
Like, what the hell?
I was like, I don't know.
German is not a race.
That's an accent.
Is American a race?
No, it's a nationality.
Okay, then what? What are we talking about?
Man, we're gonna get move this.
What is happening right now?
I don't know, Chris.
I don't know. I don't know.
That's why we're gonna say goodbye to everyone and say I will see y'all next week.
Last of Us, right?
Shit. I was like, wow, we're moving pretty fast. I totally forgot about that. All right, let's talk about David and that crazy shit. Stacey, I say goodbye to you.
Bye, Stacey. Have a great week.
Later. That's just in time because you got to go. So,